Hello and welcome to the American Outback and our new series here in this map. We are going to be kicking off. This is our first episode and we'll be going to do some kind of sales and purchases of equipment and getting some initial bits and pieces if we've got time up and running. So without any further ado, here we are. We're actually outside the sheds on the farm. We are actually going to essentially completely replace all the equipment that's with the starting equipment. As kind of evaluated this earlier, and this isn't akin to the kind of equipment we want, so we're going to replace this with gear that we like. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting rid of this equipment. We've transferred over £12 million from Cherry Hills. Cherry Hills is kind of a cash cow map at the moment, and as a result we've decided to use funds from that farm to help us start this farm. And we've essentially acquired this farm, and we've got a balance of 12 million, and we've just sold a bunch of equipment, so we've actually got 12.4 million to go out and purchase equipment. So we are going to go forth and do that. And to do that, we're going to basically acquire various bits of equipment, but our initial couple of pieces, let's just see. Right, we are going to get a couple of combines first. So first off, let's grab 2 combines. I kind of want to start with 2. We've got extra fields from the default, so we want to be able to service those fields, and they're at kind of different areas of the map as well. So we're going to buy 2 of the 45-foot headers, and we're going to buy 1 corn and sunflower header. And we're going to get the, there it is, the FS17, which is the nice wide 12-meter wide header. So we'll grab that as well. Grab that in the colour of the combine. So there we have those sort of 3 items built purchased. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to the space on the lot is actually pretty small, if memory serves. And so what I'm going to do is take this and reset it over here to the farm, and we should have beginnings of all the gear popping over shortly. Sure they're actually ending up, because I did reset the spawn point on this map, because we've actually taken the old spawn point, which is this area here, and actually used it for stuff. So let's just pop over here and make sure we're not spawned into weird and wonderful places. So we've actually kind of spawned on the road, which is where I kind of placed it, but I did actually place it in the yard as well. But it's as good a point as any. You do have to be careful though, because it's very little turning. So there's very little space in the yard, so we do have to be a little bit careful. So what we'll do is we'll actually just kind of go grab this equipment and sort of move this. So it's actually really difficult. This is actually probably the worst spot I could have put this. We may reevaluate this later on. It's okay for some equipment, but it will not be okay for others. This is one of those pieces of equipment where it might be borderline. This map doesn't have a huge amount of space. We are actually going to essentially bash stuff around a little bit to basically get it into position so we can actually do something with it. No, it's not very ladylike, as it were. It's quite brutal, but in essence, it's what we need to do. So I'm going to drop this in one of these sheds. We do have quite a bit of grass on this farm, I've noticed. So the combines are essentially two of the awkward ones. Now, what I'm going to do is let's just check the map. So we have essentially let's just check the field status as well. So we actually have that one's cultivated, and there's nothing growing currently. Nothing ready to harvest currently. We've got 7, which is growing. But none of the fields we own are actually in a state for us to harvest. So what we're going to need to do is just wait for these two to be ready. I'm going to just pop this guy on the road actually, because this guy's going to go up to field 18. So we're going to have a sort of staging area up here somewhere where we're going to run some of this equipment. And just check what is on 18. So we can basically deal with it. Canola, that's fine. So canola is good. It's something we can work with. So I'm going to pop this here. Pretty sure we don't actually have any traffic. So just gonna. Oh, we do. So actually I'm going to just put him on the grass verge here. Hopefully it won't block too much. Let's grab the other combine. We just need to detach that because we don't need that just yet. What we do need is the other header that this guy will essentially use as well. So there's a number of things we need to do on the farm to get up and running. So I say the equipment's one of the key items. I'm going to have to kind of scoot this around a lot because I want the caught on that a little bit. I know it's not very realistic at all, but it's kind of not. It is actually the worst possible thing to basically place. So what we'll do is we will just take this guy. So this is actually going to go into field 7, but I'm actually going to take this and just knock him. Actually, I need to check what's on field 7. I've got a feeling field 7's got corn on it. So I'll need the other header. Yes, unfortunately it's got corn. So I will actually need to tweak it a little bit. Okay, so that's fine. We'll basically come back to that. So we need a couple of tractors. So we are going to run pretty much our usual sort of suspects. I'm going to acquire one of these guys. Actually, I'm going to acquire 2 of these guys in black. We go for the 875 Turbo Rs. So these are the powerful ones. And we're going to buy 2 of these. Okay. We are going to. I'm thinking about a big bud. We will be using some big bug equipment, and specifically the cultivator, the big one. Although I need to kind of see what the fields are like first before I actually commit. This guy will definitely use this for one of the plows, essentially. So whilst we'll do that, we will go grab the plow. We will use the all-rounder plow, and we will get that in black. So we'll buy one of those. And we are going to, shall we get, so what we'll do is we won't get another plow yet. What we'll do is we'll grab a cultivator. So we have essentially two choices. We could go for this 18 meter one for the big bird pack, or we could go for the big 24. I'm actually inclined to go for the 18 meter because the fields here are not as big as the fields on, say, Cherry Hills. So an 18 meter will be more than capable. So we'll grab the 18 meter one. So we'll buy one of those, and we've got that with the two pieces of equipment. They're going to pull, and what we will do is we'll go back to the shop here. Sorry, and so we need a muck spreader, so we'll grab one of these, but we won't do that just yet because we're going to get animals sorted first, and we'll need some sort of stuff for that. We will need, and actually we will need one of these for fertilizing until we get the manure spreaders up and running. So let's grab one of those. We need trailers, so let's see. So we will go for our standard big body oversize. We will grab let's grab two of those for the moment. So we'll have red and we'll have blue. We'll go with red and blue today. Two of those guys. Now, so we've got those sorted. We'll also grab a oversized container for a hook lift. We will get that in black, and we will also get we'll get a couple of trucks. So we're not using the man trucks on this map. As a result, we'll be using other vehicles. So IT runners, we have the choice of the SX210 ITR, the TX415 ITR, and this one here, which is a Kenworth. The Kenworth has quite a lot more power than the others do, a better top speed. It is a mod, and strangely enough, this mod has actually come with a zero price on it. So we are going to, I do actually want to try this one, so I'm going to buy one of these for the moment to go with that trailer. And the other thing we're going to use is we've got a couple of options for tipper trucks. One is this one here, and the other one is this guy here. I actually like this guy, and they're both the same kind of thing. This is a bit more powerful, so I'm going to purchase one of these, and we're going to get this in green. So we're going to get one of these. We're going to get attachers. We're going to go Norcan tires. I have no idea what the difference is, so I'm just going to go with the Norcan tires. I'll have a look at them anyway. Oops, I want to do rim colour as green too, and purchase that. So we bought quite a bit of equipment so far. Let's see where it's all ended up. It should all be up here somewhere. So let's head up to the store and take a look at some of the stuff we bought. So here we have, this is the Mack truck that we bought. It does look really quite cool. I do like the look of it. This is the Kenworth. I'm not a big fan of the chrome work on that, but it does look kind of cool. So the Mack truck really does look pretty cool. I do like that. Even with the chroming on it, I do actually like it. It looks pretty cool. So we'll continue to use this for the tippers. The Kenworth, yes, the chroming on it is a bit I don't like, but the tyres are not ideal. But it does look quite cool. We'll try it. We'll look at the others and we'll sort of decide at some point which ones we kind of prefer. It's a very weird axle arrangement on those, so it does have weird wheels. So I do like the cab on it, but I don't like the wheels. But I'm wanting to have American style vehicles on this particular map, so this is one of the reasons why we're going for this look. I don't really want the MAN trucks on here. It's one of the reasons why the only MAN truck we'll run on here is essentially the AR frame one, because we don't have an alternative. What I've basically been able to do is find some alternatives for the usual suspect vehicles that we have. So this vehicle is going to go. We've got a bunch of things we've got to buy, by the way. So bear in mind that I'm trying to get my bearings because obviously I'm not used to this map. The farm's all the way down here, so we can essentially drive this guy down. Let's drive him down to the farm. Imagine if this guy's not reversing. Okay, this is frustrating. I've got stuck in the wall. That was a little bit frustrating. So it's possibly the truck. So we're gonna evaluate vehicles as we go along. So I don't necessarily like the look of this vehicle. I like the cab on it. That's the only thing I like on this vehicle at the moment. That is our. So if we just kind of drive down here, that's the lumberyard that we built, and this is the greenhouses. And they are not so far from the farm. So we will sort of have time in those, and we'll come to those later on in the series. We are at the farm, so we will drop this vehicle somewhere. We'll reset the others, but I just wanted to kind of see how this one looks before we actually do anything with it. So we do have a bunch of vehicles that we're sort of building and leading up to. They will get used. We've got a silo here which we'll tip into, and we've got stuff to tip into it. Essentially, we're going to have we're not going to have many semi trucks, I think, on this farm, just because it is literally going to be very tight in some cases to get some of these vehicles around. What we will do, actually I should have actually kept, that's fine, I should have actually kept a couple of these things up here. The oversized trailer, that one's going down here as well. The little tipper truck is also going to be needed. We've got anything else up here? We've got another one of these trailers. And we've got this, the fertilizer. Okay, so we've kind of got all of these down here. Kind of got in the wrong circle. So that is our cow pasture. Okay, this is going to be tricky because that guy is huge. That's actually going to be really bad spot for some of this stuff. Some of this equipment is we're going to have issues with getting it out of here. In this case, for instance, we are literally got that guy is stuck. Okay. We are going to have to attack it from the other side, unfortunately. This is going to be a pain. So this load spot is actually a really bad spot. It's faced all the equipment in a way that basically stuff like this big piece here is just going to cause us frustration after frustration. So that's actually stuck right in there now. It wouldn't be so bad if basically it was a little bit further along. But it isn't, and it's actually meant that we can't get past it. Right, that's better. Suffice to say, this is very rarely going to be in an area where it's going to get sort of cut off like that. It's quite a long piece of equipment, but it's definitely going to be challenging to use on this map. I'm just thinking of, can we use the big bug tractors, because of course they are huge and will be equally cumbersome on this in this environment, so we do have to be careful. So we're just going to drop him on the road here for a second too. We will grab this other tractor, which is there, and we're going to get into that. This one's going to be a lot easier to deal with, because all we have to do is and we have to turn all of these around. I'm really sorry about this. Really, I will revisit the reset points on this map at some point and try and figure out a better place to put it. It really did just fire that backwards, didn't it? Kind of bounced it right back. So I'm just going to drop him around this corner. So this farm is going to be interesting to deal with. We're not getting huge equipment. I mean, this is not a very big tractor. We're not getting. It's not as if we've got big buds here. We've got good-sized trailers and everything else. So that said, we want a couple of heavy-duty tractors to pull the big oversized trailers. So obviously we have, you know, our big bad brother, but we're going to go for our standard 975 series, and we're going to obviously go with the wheel rates edition. So it's a single set of wheels, and we need 2 of these. So what we'll do is we'll purchase those and get those sort of reset down here as well. They will basically be used for the 2 oversized trailers. So one of the things I just need to actually do, and I will actually kind of do this whilst we're so that's a cultivation, so that goes there. We'll also do, it's going to go into transport. This is going into hauling. So I'm just going to group 0. So these 2 guys, and we'll get the one closest to the first trailer. I'm going to basically do these guys. So luckily this one shouldn't be as hard and annoying to get out as the others have been. It's kind of unfortunate that base being a little bit tight, but it's not so bad, and we got on out really easily. So let's pop these away. I'm going to drop these into this farm shed. So we've got 2 of these. These are essentially harvest hauling tractors. So their purpose in life is to basically haul the loads off the fields. We're still operating a system of multiple pieces of equipment for a job, so we will be getting a good bit of equipment on this farm, because essentially we will be using single job pieces of equipment. So effectively, these tractors and the trailer is just used for one thing and one thing only. We won't use anything else to pull this trailer, and likewise we won't use any other combines or combines. But then, you know, the plough trailers will be the same for everything. I'm going to pop this guy. So these guys are going to be used around the farm for a variety of tasks. They will be used to haul feed and stuff like that. We will need water. So actually I think that's the only thing. So let's grab a couple of other tractors. So this be an American map, so we're actually going to use some Massey Fergusons today. So let's see, our Massey Fergusons, what should we use? Massey Fergusons is going to be used for seed, and essentially cases are going to be used for fertilizer. So it's a small fertilizer mixer. She should double check actually, but I'm pretty sure we don't need a huge ass thing. No, it doesn't actually require, it doesn't have a requirement for fertilizing. So let's, not the Optum, grab a Puma. So we'll get the attacher thing, we'll get the best engine, we'll go with low-weighted tires and grab one of those. That's going to essentially, that one's going to basically do our seeding. We are going to grab a couple of these. These are going to be used again with real weights. These are our seeding tractors, so we need a seeder. So we could just buy one of these big boys, but there's kind of no point. These fields are not big enough for that. These are huge pieces of equipment, and to be honest, it's kind of a waste. We could use this guy, but I'm actually inclined to use this guy. Actually, no. I'm going to get one of these. And I was going to get two, but I'm going to get one of those, and I'm going to get our standard Pronto 9. It's kind of my favourite, but it's a nice little unit. Okay, we are going to grab one of these at some point, but not yet. I do want to get the animals up and running, so we do need a couple of things for the animals. They're going to be pretty early on, so we need one of this. This is a water truck, water tank. Okay, and yeah, we want just one of those for the moment, and we'll need a truck for the water tank. Now, so as I kind of mentioned, I do want to test out these other guys. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab one of these, the SX. Should I get that one? Or should I grab that? Let's grab actually one of these. So this can be the water truck. We'll definitely check them out. We'll do the same with this one later on as well. Let's say we want to try them out, make sure, just see which one we like the best, essentially. So the other thing we want, because we're going to do sort of silage and all that good stuff on this farm, we'll need it for the food, is we need a loading wagon. So we grab our crone, and buy that. We will also need this feeling that we had a lally truck in our big bud pack, but it's not that. We will also need, I'm looking for mowers and I cannot see it. No, there we go. So we'll get our crane, big M. We're going to go for boost pack, extended hitch mounts, go for the fancy wheels, black rims, design, we'll get the beacon bar, and we'll hit purchase. So that guy's going to basically cut some grass for us. So just to kind of sort of place, grass is down here. We've got grass down here, grass here. These places did have grass on the original map, but we've actually kind of converted them so they don't have it anymore. So we will actually need to cut down here. Kind of looking at the this might be something we could do quite early. Is it harvested? Apparently it's harvested, so it's not ready to harvest yet. So we will need to wait a little while. Wait to basically be ready. So a day. So that's fine. We can get things ready. We've got a lot of equipment sort of stacked up here now. So let's get some of it down here. I'm not actually going to reset that guy. I'm going to actually drive him down here at some point in a little while. Kind of do it off camera. I don't want to reset that because I want to combine those two things together. So let's actually just pop up here and just make sure we've got what else we've got up here. So there we are. Okay, that's a growing piece of set of equipment. We will definitely be sort of working hard with this lot over the next few days. Getting it all sort of set up and getting some fields prepped. We'll get this reset down here as well. And there's a trailer up here as well that I kind of want to just reset down here as well. These are all, everything's kind of reset down here. Okay, so those are the Massey Fergusons. The case. What we'll do is we will set up the case first. I just kind of need to move it past. This, just to sort of get it. And way too quick then. That was crafty. Okay, so one of these has fertilizer in, so might as well just fill this up. We will of course be buying our fertilizer at this initial stage. We will be making it as well because we do have the facilities to make it. We have storage capacity for it as well, so we will be able to basically make and use our own fertilizer. One of the things I haven't actually added yet, and I actually will, it was essentially one of the things I need to add, is a seed master. I haven't actually added it yet, but it is on the will be an iteration of the map. Probably I will do it essentially over the next couple of days. So, oops, I missed the turn for the seed. So let's just refill the sower. And see, we've got our feeding, our filling stations. So this guy is basically, it's essentially only going to get used at the moment to kind of go over some ground that we are going to later use manure on. As I say, we don't actually have any manure. We don't. So it's going to be quite difficult for us to sort of do that kind of task at the moment. So in order to get to that point, we do need to get animals in, get some straw down, and everything else. So there will be a couple of things before we even get to the point of being able to do animals we have to do. So that actually kind of reminds me, we do need that loading wagon. That loading wagon is a key piece of kit on this farm, because we will be using it for grass and we'll be using it for straw. We may end up getting two, essentially. So we're just filling these guys up. What we will do once we've kind of cleared, we will actually move the mower into place in one of the fields shortly. And then still filling up. So this guy's got quite a bit of a capacity on it, so it does take a little bit more time to fill. So we have the initial growths on a couple of fields, and we'll let those pan out. We will let those essentially pan out and grow on the map, and then we'll start our prep and everything else. So field 1 I think is cultivated, or it's hasn't actually had anything done to it yet. We will sort of render that in a minute at some point to actually kind of get it to a useful state. Right, so what do we have here? This guy needs to move, and we do need to sort of move him, and so we're not going to actually take him with the trailer just yet. That was bouncy. So that's actually something we've added. So this is the field, one of the fields. I don't think we can actually help her in this field. Oh no, we can actually. That's awesome. So it's nice and close to the farm, so we've got loads of grass potential. Okay, so with that, we've still got a little bit more shopping to do. We need something to kind of pull the loading trailer. We'll probably use another Massey Ferguson for that. So we'll grab another one of these. We will purchase that. There is the other kind of given item that we need as well. We're using that trailer is the wind rower, which is the Nadal telescopic. So we'll grab one of those, and we'll purchase that. And so that's kind of sorted for that multi-purpose use, that guy. We're not going to use balers on this map, so we don't need to worry about that. We will get a manure spreader and a slurry spreader in time, but we can't really do that until we've got animals. We want to get the cows probably up and running first. And we'll buy a cattle truck at that point as well. Probably get these guys as well. One of the things which we will need as well to kind of get ourselves up and running is some forestry equipment, and so we'll purchase that as well in an episode and set that up. And there'll be a couple of things we'll be doing with that. So we've got our little mini forest, so we only really need one. One So we've got a big forest down here. We only need one vehicle for that, but I think we should be one logging vehicle, and that will take up to our new sage work area, which is up here. And we'll have a semi-trailer for that. So thank you for watching what is essentially episode 1 of American Outback, our new series. We haven't really done much today other than purchase a lot of equipment. We've still got some equipment to buy. We've got 7 million left of our starting 12. So we will be buying a few other things. I'm probably actually going to purchase this field as well. Kind of get field 8, but I'm going to wait until after it's had that harvested, because I really don't want to do some potatoes at this stage. So I'm not going to worry so much about what's in there for just yet. We've got 18, 1 and 7. I'm also thinking of purchasing 19, so we can actually congregate some equipment around this area. There is a yard up here if memory serves. Well, at least I thought there was a yard. Maybe not. This space here could potentially be used for vehicles, assuming we can actually drive into it. There is an entranceway over there, but that could potentially be used as a yard. So we'll see. There's a few other things, 3 things I want to do. Obviously, I want to get our dairy up and running, but obviously that needs milk, so we need the cows. We want to get the orchard and the produce up and running, but we need compost and manure for that, so we need cows, pigs. You know, kind of really want to get a lot of things up and running. I will buy some sheep once we've got the grass cut. So we're going to do the grass down here, and it's going to take a day essentially for everything to grow out, but it gives us time. So with that, thank you for watching. If you want to see more of this series, please hit the subscribe button. If you like this episode, hit the like button. And with that, thank you and goodbye.